you took Patrice's style, like the way that she took what Herbie did on the keyboards and extended certain aspects of it. Then you extended it even further with some of the stuff, especially on some of the runs you do when you play Superstition, your version of Superstition. I was like, yeah, that came from
thank you.
That came from Patrice. I can hear that.
I had Patrice in mind. I had Duke in mind on some of the synth stuff in the synth solo. And you know, it's funny. I know it's another record, but it's funny you mentioned that. Just a side note. Superstition. The reason I did Superstition the way I did, I had Herbie and Stevie in mind, like circa 1975, 74.
Right.
But then let's go back to 73 with Headhunters. Now, when Herbie did Headhunters, he did the album, the opening tune was familiar, 15 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And Herbie told me, he said, if you really listen to it, there's not a whole lot going on in the song. And he was right. It sounds like a lot, but it sounds full, but it's how he produced it, mixed it. But it's not a lot going on in the song. However, he was such a genius, or is rather, such a genius that he did 2 solos back to back. The first solo was a synth solo on the B flat minor kind of thing, you know, B flat, E flat, 1/4 thing. But then he structured the song to go someplace else, and he's killing on the Fender Rhodes solo. But it shows his versatility, you know. And back in the 70s, that's when it came down to true musicianship. That's what was marketed, versatility. Today, versatility is not marketed. And that's why I probably look like an outcast to the record business, because I focus on my versatility. You know, if it makes a radio tune and if it makes radio, then I'm blessed. Yeah, like We Were Made for Us is still number 2 on the indie soul charts, but I did that with radio in mind. You know, once again, a versatile recording artist exposing his versatility. That's me. So, Superstition, what I did was the first solo was synth solo with Herbie and George Duke in mind, and then followed up with a Fender Rhodes solo, just like he did. So I had them in mind, and I was hoping I could get Steve on it, but you know, I guess his schedule conflicted with mine, so I could never get him on it. You know, but I was hoping that first solo would be Stevie on harmonica, but I just couldn't get him to do it. I called a few people to take that first solo. I won't mention names, but I called probably 4 or 5 musicians that I asked to be a guest musician on it to take that first solo. Couldn't get them to do it, Rich. So I just said, forget it.
Just do it yourself.
I'm gonna structure it like Herbie did. I'll do it myself. So I did a synth solo, and then I did a Fender Rhodes solo. Just showing the versatility and just, you know, enjoying it. Just keep the fun, man. If nobody wants to do it, then do it yourself, man. There's one thing, if I could share with anybody out there that's having trouble getting somebody to work with them, don't write anything that you yourself can't do and put out. Then you won't be disappointed when others don't come through, you know, like they said they would. You know, we're going to leave that communion right there. This is the after hour joint, right?
After dinner drink.
Get your communion. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's it, buddy. That's an after dinner drink, that boy.